Questions? You had a question. I heard you restlessly. Here, take this mic.
Yes, Father. As you say, the church, the language of religion, of the Christian religion in particular, has been debased. Can you tell us something about what specifically in contemporary life might have contributed to that?
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I was out of town when it happened. I wouldn't. No, I'm not guilty. I'm not guilty. I didn't do it. Yeah, well, that's a big question. Debased, I suppose, is a strong word. Yes, I said deprived of its meaning. Walker Percy calls it devalued. It's like when you have a currency, you know, outside it's still the same, $100, whatever it is, but it doesn't stand for as much. The modern age is characterized by the refusal to accept even the possibility of reaching, but if not, the desire of reaching anything that is transcendent, that goes beyond matter, space, what can be thought of, constructed. Ratzinger says, at one time, truth meant what existed. The second time, truth was what had happened. Truth is history. People no longer felt that they could no longer grasp how things are in themselves. The whole modern philosophies, all of them, have this point. So truth is what has happened, history, what we made, what human beings made. But he says, no, now truth is what can be made. Truth is that which can be manufactured, which can be put together by us. That is truth, you see. So you create an entire world where thinking, the reason, which really had always two aspects to it. One, a contemplating aspect, where reason was not manufacturing that which it was examining or understanding, but contemplating it. That's eliminated. And reasoning now is purely functional, purely technical, you see. But poets and writers grasp this first. Well, a great dramatist, his name is Karol Wojtyła. I don't know what happened to him. He used to write plays in Poland. He wrote a play called Our God's Brother, in which you have this man tormented by the sudden experience, talk about shock, of misery, the misery of the people living in his city, destitute, poor. And he has to do something about it. I mean, that has been the shock. Something happened and life is not the same anymore. Before, he knew there were poor, the poor, an abstraction. You see, he knew there was injustice, an abstraction. More than that, for him there were problems to be solved by intelligence. And there's this character in this play. The name is the other, which is really irony because he is anything but. And this other says, I am pure intelligence. And he starts talking with the main character, whose name is Adam, human being, man, and tells him, look, you're going crazy. Before misery or any problem like this, it's not a problem. So let's sit together and solve it. But Adam has grasped that he has come face to face with something that is more than a problem. It is a great mystery. See, so suffering of people is not a problem. It's a mystery. But he doesn't know how to express it. Finally, in one scene, talking with the other, there is off the side this destitute person, kind of looking a bit like Jesus Christ under a light pole or something. And Adam says, well, take that man there. And the other says, which one? That one there. I don't see him. It doesn't attract my interest. You see, and Adam says, wait a minute. So you do not see him. See, intelligence can see the poor, can see injustice, can see problems, And as such, it will try to resolve them, to understand them logically, and to solve them logically. But one single, poor, destitute human being is not something logical. Because we are touching now a spiritual reality in the greatness of the human person. And so Adam realizes that, and is just so happy because he says, I have escaped the tyranny of intelligence. Wonderful stuff, you see. The entire philosophical work of Pope John Paul II has there its agenda to allow you to escape the tyranny of rational, functioning, calculating thinking. That's all right in its place. But human beings may not be reduced to that, you see. What to do? Again, you cannot answer with more words. See, that's what I said to you. You just publish a catechism, well, just without something else. And I don't mean an explanation, because explanation are still more words. You must create moments like this. The new evangelization calls the church not just to speak, but to create spaces, you see, where we can all recapture, can all maybe be shocked into recapturing the experience of the concrete, the unique, that which goes beyond functional thinking, where we can retrieve it. Once you have done that, you don't have to worry about the language, because the words will convey that experience. The same words may be used. You might want to say, let me use another one because this one has become something misleading. It doesn't matter. It's that problem is secondary. But until you have that, you have to watch out what words you use, because you may have the experience. For you, something like know yourself. If you want to know God, don't look up there. Go deep into yourself. There you'll find God. Hey, St. Augustine, any half a dime mystic worth his or her fame said the same thing. But you can't say that today, because today they had in mind knowing to go deep into yourselves, deeper than the psychological, into the spiritual. But we cannot go deeper than the psychological. And so know yourself becomes this disgusting ego attention that passes for the name of spirituality today. And can in fact defend itself by giving you tons of quotes from fathers of the church, the mothers of the church, the uncles, I don't know. The words, you have to watch out. Words even like human rights, liberty, justice, they don't mean the same anymore. They mean entirely realities that are not as much as they were once. That is a big problem. Hey, listen, hang around, subscribe to this, and this is what we're trying to do.